Hey, what's up everybody, and today we're taking a look at the Mafex Venom, finally. But first, before we get into the actual figure itself, we gotta take a look at the box. So, I put out a poll, and you guys wanted the majority of people wanted me to do the Sonic collection first. But then the second one that you guys wanted was Mafex Venom. Now technically this is my first Mafex figure, alongside Carnage, because I got them both in a bundle, so they were both my first Mafex figures. I have already kind of messed around with this Venom quite a bit, so I pretty much know exactly what I'm getting into with these Mafex figures, because I have messed around with them for a little bit, and I actually have had them for quite a while already right now. So anyway, onto the box. I love these Mafex boxes. They have like very nice looking boxes here. They're nice and big and square. They have a very nice comic background there. Might actually, maybe might use that for some photo inspiration. Possibly. Yeah, the very nice corner box that a lot of the old style comics used to have, which I really do think is a nice touch. Yeah, nice look at Venom there. Got the Venom logo there, the Amazing Spider-Man logo there, Mafex, Medicom. And then on the side here, you got a look at Venom. Then on the other side here, you got another look at Venom and Venom's head there and symbol at the bottom. And then on the back here, you got a nice look at the figure and all of his accessories and a lot of the things that he does come with. At the top, just more Venom logoing and whatnot. That's actually a lot of logos on the top there. Bottom, nothing crazy, but it is a official Mafex figure because it does have that sticker there. But anyway, that's it for the box, so let's get on to the figure itself. And here is the Mafex Venom himself, and looking quite menacing. So, first and foremost, let's go over Venom's details. Now, first off, this figure feels really nice in hand. Feels very high quality, and there's just a lot of nice to say about this guy. Now, in the review station here with the light, he does look very blue, because they do have this like blue shading on him that in the light like this looks really nice. But if I were to, turn off my normal lighting, he looks slightly blacker in person. If I do this, he's like black, but of course he has this blue shading on that makes him look really cool, and it just gives him that kind of comic shading. So he's got this pretty nice muscular body going on, again with that blue shading all throughout. He's pretty beefy. He has this little diaper piece that honestly is pretty seamless with the body. I like that. Has some very nice paintwork. It's very clean and it's very good. Although his hands don't really have too much blue shading on them almost at all. Same thing with like kind of the feet and little bits of the head here, so it kind of makes it look a little bit, kind of sticks out there just a little bit, as opposed to the actual body. But it's not terrible. He has a very nicely painted Venom logo here, and it's very clean. It's a super cleanly done logo. No paint splotches, no nothing. It's super clean, all within the lines. And it does go pretty much all the way around, because it is a sculpted in symbol. It's not just painted on, it's actually sculpted in. He has very nice proportions for this specific version of Venom. Got the Marvel kind of tramp stamp on the back there. And the head sculpt here, at least this specific one, looks very nice. Very perfect, kind of, Mark Bagley / Todd McFarlane style head sculpt going on. Overall, I really do like the way this figure looks. It is a very nice Venom figure. And with quite a bit of other Mafex figures, he does come with quite a bit of accessories. So let's talk about the accessories. And of course, to start off with, you of course get these two claw hands. You do get two fisted hands. you get two kind of like slightly kind of like grippy hands, or web swinging holding hands. And then you do get these kind of like triggered finger hands. I assume these are for the webs too. And then you do get another variation of, you know, some kind of like, you know, kind of open hands. And then you do also get a pair of magnetic hands, which is kind of cool considering that nowadays you don't get magnetic hands on, you know, normal retail Spider-Man figures. As for heads, of course you do get this head that comes with, you know, on the figure when you open it up in package. And then another head that you do get is this kind of open mouth head. I really wish we got a head with that had like a, you know, his tongue out and stuff like that. Even though that was more of a Mark Bagley kind of thing, it'd be kind of cool to actually kind of get that. But you do get this head. And then as for the final head, you do actually get a Eddie Brock head, which is pretty cool. You just switch out the neck, and it has this head attached to it. And it's a very nice looking, you know, very old school Eddie Brock looking style head. It's a very nice touch. Now, some of the other accessories that he does, in fact, come with is a pair of magnetic feet, and those are really easy to attach. You just come here, pull these feet off, and then take these feet off of the kind of holder thingy do, and then just simply plug these new magnetic feet on in, and then you're pretty much ready to go. So not only do you get magnetic hands, you also get magnetic feet. Now, unfortunately, I wasn't able to get a cool shot of him on something metal with the, you know, magnetic stuff, because he's a pretty bulky guy and he kind of just slides off. So it was kind of hard to get a cool shot of him because he just kept sliding down. So I didn't really bother too much with that. But another thing he comes with is, of course, a couple of web accessories. So he has this big long one, and he has two of those. So you have two web swinging ones. Pretty much they're the same sculpt, I think. And then you have these two, which go on, you know, just on his forearms, which are pretty cool. These two ones are they the same? Yeah, they're pretty much the same. One's just warped. But they have this very nice 90s style design with the webbing. And, of course, here's, you know, one of these ones as well. Very nice. And then, of course, if you have, you know, these kind of hands equipped, or the other kind of grippy hands, the trigger figure hands or whatnot, you can definitely get the web in there if it wants to. Probably might have to like really get it in there. Might be a little bit difficult for me to actually get this in, but you have to kind of like feed it through, and then it should get in there. I don't want to break anything. You get the point, though. You can kind of, you know, hold the webs. I don't want to break this thing, though. When we get to the pose test, I'll definitely do a better job of showing it off, but I can at least show this one off pretty well. This one just goes on. You might have to take the fist off first, and then put the webbing on. But you basically just kind of do this, and then you put like a fist on or something like that. I'm just going to re-put on this one, but then you can have kind of, you know, something along the lines. Sorry, I kind of did that off camera. You have something along the lines of that. But yeah, pretty cool web accessories. Now for the last accessory, he does actually come with a stand. And you have a bunch of different parts with it to kind of show it off a little bit better. Right. So you have this stand here. This one has, you know, a couple different, you know, joints, stuff like that and everything. So you can really move it around. Move this piece around too as well. You have this clasp. Then you have this piece, which you can probably just put into here. And then that also comes with this, which basically will just kind of sit them up. So like just a little crotch grabber kind of thing. And then you have this piece, which is pretty much just something a little bit different as opposed to that piece there. But it's pretty nice that you get a pretty fairly nice stand setup going on. So definitely be able to use this for a couple of other different figures. Now that accessories are out of the way, how well does this guy pose? As for the articulation, his head is on a double ball peg right here, and no, single ball peg right there. But he can look down pretty significantly. He can look up pretty much all the way. And of course, if you take the head off, you can actually see what the ball peg is, so you can switch it around, maybe have more range one way or more range the other way. So he's pretty well articulated. The head can pretty much go all the way around, whichever way you want to, and the neck can spin too as well. The arms have a butterfly joint here that can go forward pretty much about that far, and then back pretty much all the way, and you can move it all the way around. Arms can go up pretty much about that far. They do a full 360. There is bicep swivel, double jointed elbows that go a little past 90. Hinge and swivel at the wrists. Ooh, where's my hinge? Oh, there it is. Okay, yeah, hinge and swivel at the wrist. And then, as far as the torso goes, got a diaphragm joint right here, and a diaphragm, a waist kind of diaphragm right there. And you can crunch forward pretty much all the way. Crunch back pretty much all the way. It's very, very, very movable there. Then, as for the legs, they do have a drop down. So you can kick up pretty much about that far. You could probably go, honestly, a little further. Then they kick back pretty much not so much at all. There is some thigh rotation. Double jointed knees that go a little past 90. Pretty much almost all the way, actually. And then as for the foot, they go up about that far. Oh, back pretty much about that far. And then there is ankle tilt, and there is a toe bend. So he's pretty fairly articulated for a, pretty good figure. Pretty good Venom figure, that is. So, if you have experience with SH Figure Arts to an extent, you pretty much know what you're getting into. So with, accessories and articulation and details out of the way, let's get them through a pose test. I hope you guys enjoyed that pose test. Now it's time to do a size comparison. So first off, we're going to kind of pair him up with some other Venoms. So of course here he is next to my custom Mark Bagley Venom. So see how he looks up next to my Mark Bagley Venom there. Pretty much similar in design for some of the most part, but you can see there was some difference between Marvel Legends and Mafex. And then next up, here he is next to the animated Venom. Again, very, very, very vastly different. And then here he is up next to my movie Marvel Legends Venom. Ooh. Again, very vastly different designs. And then here he is next to my Ultimate Venom. Right there. And then here he is next to my movie Venom from Spider-Man 3. So he looks next to the Topher Grace Venom there. And then for some, just some Spider-Man black suit love here. Here he is next to the VHS animated black suit Spidey. So he looks next to Spidey there. Here he is next to my custom-made animated black suit Spider-Man to better fit the scale of the Walmart animated Spider-Man. I think I did a pretty good job on this one. I will be doing a video on him, by the way, because he has another head that's more Todd McFarlane-like. I will just give a quick little look at him there. And also, yeah, I use the Secret Wars body for this. But that is how he looks next to my custom animated Spider-Man right there. And then for the last one, here's a little SH Figure Arts Black Suit Spider-Man. Just to show you the difference between Figure Arts and Mafex. Similar joints in certain areas, but different execution. Now, as for a Mafex comparison, here he is, of course, next to the Carnage by Mafex, and it is the reissue Carnage. I believe this Venom Mafex figure. I believe this Venom Mafex figure that I have too is a reissue. But as you can see, they look very nice next to each other. And then, as for two CT Toys Mafex comparisons, which it will be the first reveal of these two figures, which will be my next couple of reviews, maybe after the Carnage, but I got a lot of stuff as far as videos planned up, so I don't know when these videos will be getting out, probably next week at the latest. But that, of course, is the CT Toys classic, regular style Mark Bagley Spider-Man, which I have painted up to have a kind of comic shade to him. And then, if I can get him to stand, his feet don't want to work with me. He's kind of standing a little bit funny. But there is the CT Toys Mafex Spider-Man that I have custom painted up. Just finished him this week. Working on videos for him. And the next one that I will show here in a second. But, as you can see, they look pretty nice together. I opted for the CT Toys since he's a little bit shorter. And would have been a little bit shorter compared to Venom, and I felt like maybe the scale would work a little bit better this way, because I did want a Mark Bagley style Spider-Man. But there he is next to the CT Toys Spidey. And then for the last and final comparison, here he is next to the CT Toys Scarlet Spider-Man Ben Reilly, which also has a video that will be coming sometime in the near future. And I just finished him this week too as well. Custom painted him up. But yeah, that's pretty much how they look next to each other. And the Ben Reilly is actually pretty much... Oh my god. I really don't want this guy to fall. The CT Toys Ben Reilly is pretty much identical to its original, both in size, height, and whatnot. So the size of that Scarlet Spider, I believe, would be the same size as the official CT Toys Spider-Man. As you can see, the scale's not too far off. It's a little bit, you can kind of tell, but it's not terrible. And I honestly think it works not too terribly bad, especially when posing. But that's pretty much it for the comparisons. So let's move on to the final thoughts. As for the final thoughts for this figure, considering it is my first Mafex figure, I think it is a pretty good introduction to this company. At least for me, I absolutely love the sculpt work. I love the body that they used for this specific Venom. I think the shading's pretty good. Some areas just feel like, it lacked on the shading a bit. Mainly the feet there and the hands and, of course, the Venom heads. The Eddie Brock head it's great. I absolutely love the sculpt work for the heads. It would have been nice if we got a kind of like open mouth, kind of, with the tongue out head, since it is kind of loosely based a little bit more on the Mark Bagley Venom. It would have been nice to get that. I do love the sculpted spider symbol. It comes with very nice web accessories, a very nice array of hands and feet. This figure is just jam-packed, and it comes with a stand too, which, you don't see that with figures nowadays that much anymore, or if any at all. But I mean, overall, this figure is just a great overall looking figure. Super fun to pose. The articulation is really great. You can get this guy in just so many different poses, and he just has such an amazing amount of shelf presence. But, that is pretty much it for this video here. And here he looks with Spider-Man there. That just looks so dope. But anyway, that is it for this video. Make sure to like, subscribe, follow my socials, the Insta and the TikTok, where I post all my action figure pictures. And I will see you guys in the next video, which will probably be another Mafex figure.